Alright, let's get started. In this video, we're going to be covering the special properties of the Forgotten Realm stage and its breakable floor, and what King can do with all of his moves to activate it, and just some kind of general combo tips. It's hard to really fully explain a combo because the walls are going to change of what you're going to do, so we're going to cover just basic principles of what you should be kind of looking for while doing a combo. So without further ado, I will show you some really awesome combo that we can start from kind of our muscle buster, in which we start with a crouching 2 while standing 2-2 into the burning knuckle. That's all a combo and does 95 damage. So this is definitely, or it does 87 damage. So this is something definitely that you should be doing kind of within your game, just of how massive damage it is. Other than that, some moves that we have is back 1-4. That 4 is going to cause a wall or floor break. Down forward 1 is going to slam them into the floor as well. A giant, or while in the air, giant swing is going to put them down a whole other level, in which then we can kind of combo off there. You can also grab that for another 75 damage, I think it's around. Running Jaguar Bomb in our normal combo is going to wall break. Muscle Buster recovered. Back 2 and then 1+2 is going to cause a wall break or floor break as well. And then we also have kind of the pile driver, and then if we do the double face, that slam is going to break through the floor, which could set up a 4-forward-1 slam into kind of a combo from there. Nice little combo starter. And see, it has a nice little combo starter, and depending on where you are in the floor, you can kind of get that off. And with a lot of the other floor breaks, you can also do the 4-forward-1 kind of starter. The timing is really strict. For most of the combo starters, I more recommend doing the 1+2-3, depending on where you are in the map. Just because it has very good startup damage, and almost the majority of the floats that you're going to get after the floor break, that's going to hit. Or if you're feeling just a little more passive, you can always start it off with the down forward 4-3 into jabs, into forward 2-1 to get a wall splat, and then you try to go for a combo from there. All of those are good options, but we have a few other moves that we can do floor break. Back 1+2, and then so throwing away and destroyer is going to get that, in which then it's kind of an off angle with your face towards, so you're not going to be able to combo a lot of those, especially that 1+3, the elbow is going to whiff. And then we also have the tombstone pile driver. After this, which does massive damage, is going to drop, and we have kind of the same thing with the head towards us, in which we're mainly just looking to do a little bit of either 4-2 damage or just to kind of push them at the wall. And then as soon as you get a wall splat, if you do get a wall splat, you can kind of do the normal jabs into grounded throw, or if you are really on the wall, you can then do the giant swing on the wall. And remember that when the opponent on the wall, even if you do the Shining Wizard, it will go into that special wall command throw. So that's all I really wanted to discuss today, is kind of the special properties. What you're mainly going to be using is kind of this Muscle Buster, as it does so much damage, and then it has like this super flashy combo afterwards. But let it be known that even I more just recommend doing kind of a normal combo setup and letting the running Jaguar Bomb hit. Just damage-wise, it actually does more in a lot of instances, even wall breaking at the wall and just doing it down forward 4-3-4 is going to do 79 damage with the full combo. Or you can always try to just do the jabs into down, which can do at most 20 or 95 damage. So kind of normal combo with running Jaguar Bombs, or the Muscle Buster is kind of my big recommendations to do on this stage. But why I point out the other moves, especially back 1-4, while it may end in a grounded state if we don't go through the floor, once we go through through the floor, we land on our feet and we can continue to combo. I point this out because you're able to catch a lot of opponents' kind of aerial moves, especially if they do like a hop kick. You might be able to catch them in the air and slam them down for extra damage, in which then you just do down 4-4-3 into jabs and 4-2-1 for either wall carry, or if they're already at the wall, kind of normal wall setups. I will note that the command throws aren't going to wall break or aren't going to floor break, so there's no real reason to even try that. I even messed it up. Even though it ends in kind of a muscle buster, it doesn't add damage, so you're just going to do 100 damage if your opponent lets you hit with everything. Same thing with if you do kind of just standing giant swing, it doesn't floor break just because they're so far kind of away, so even though it shows kind of the floor breaking, it doesn't do anything. Another move which I forgot to mention is our good old crouch dash 1+2. If this does hit a grounded opponent, you're going to go through the floor and everything else, in which we just tested it kind of with this setup. With this setup, it will go through the wall, but the damage really isn't there compared to just kind of the normal combo finishing with running Jaguar Bomb. And a lot of times that running Jaguar Bomb is going to put the opponent at the wall anyways, in which then we can do either down forward 4-4 or just kind of jabs into low throw. So with that, I know I repeated myself a lot, but these are kind of important things to know. So just as a general recap, either going with the Muscle Buster, which is super nice, with a normal kind of combo, either from a hop kick, wall standing floor, or if we're even able to get a critical hit on the, I think it's called Black Spot, that's going to be super, super beneficial. Or we could always do a more fancier grab like the Tombstone Pile Driver, which does massive, massive damage. And then what we're looking for during our poke game is either just to get a down forward 1 off, which will bound, and then also that back 1-4 with that massive range, 12 frames coming out, catch an aerial opponent, and then send it to the floor, and just kind of get more points in. King is, again, a beast because we do have this running Jaguar Bomb, or the Shining Wizard, whatever you want to call it, which does massive damage. And with this stage, if you're especially on top, you want to try to eliminate as many 4s as possible, because not only are you adding damage, roughly around, 8 more damage onto a normal combo, you're also eliminating that from your opponent as well. So while the stage construction isn't going to change a whole lot, you're going to just be scoring a little bit more extra damage. You'll most likely be keeping them at the wall, and then, which is just kind of another advantage as you're moving forward. So with that, hopefully you learned something today. If you liked what you saw, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and we're going to see you guys next time.